guys, what is up? I'm Kieran,
I'm Aiden.
and this
And I'm
is
Sammy.
oh
This
yeah,
little fella. This
we
little
got
fella.
we got Sammy here,
Yeah,
and
baby.
this is
It's
episode
always
12.
like this.
We
So
got him.
welcome.
Welcome, boys.
Hello, everyone.
What do we
All
want?
right, I wanted to kick off this episode by asking you something, Kieran.
Oh shit!
I need to ask you about the book you published in my comment section.
What book?
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
So in my video, the plan, where like I kind of explain what I'm doing for this channel, my channel, Aiden Duez, Kieran put in the comments, if the plan is to gargle man juices, then you're doing a good job.
I did say that.
I replied, "Aw, thanks, man." And someone else asked, "I question what these man juices are." And he responded with like 2 paragraphs of text about how the man juices are a metaphor for prejudice, and I am the American populace. And it's the best thing I've ever heard. And it ends with, "Also, please subscribe to my channel. I'm so close to 80 subscribers."
Yeah, well, because I knew what they were trying to do. They wanted me to say semen, and I didn't want to. So I wrote a little essay on how I feel, and I hit send.
That's freaking phenomenal.
Thanks,
Good job.
Thanks Sammy.
Because like I get a notification, as you know, every time I get a comment, and I just saw I just keep going in my sub box. So I had to check it out, and I was like, what the hell? It took me like a couple minutes to read.
Yeah,
It was very hype.
thanks man.
I do have a notable story from doing my channel, because I've done it for like a week. And on the video where it is me and I'm playing the character of Ripstick Ronnie, I was in the garage, right? And it was pretty late at night, because I get these ideas, and like at first I wasn't gonna like
Wait,
post it today,
Aiden,
but I ended
just
up
to
being an
stop you for a second, Sammy, do you know what
Go
we're
for it.
talking about?
Well, Aiden, if I remember correctly, Aiden has a YouTube channel talking
Yeah.
about Aiden Lewis, and he has a bunch of videos,
Yeah.
right? Like the one with the rock in your shoe.
Yeah.
Just really had it.
Wait, Sammy,
Kieran's comment on that one too is
Are you
great.
I've been
subscribed?
all morning.
have
I
you?
I found out the video. I found out that Aiden made a YouTube channel the other day, last night I think, and this morning I just binge watched some of the videos that it recommended.
Poggers!
to see.
Sammy, are you subscribed to me?
I'm not subscribed to no one, but I can subscribe if you want.
Oh, have you watched my videos?
I watch your videos. When Timothy comes out, that's my favorite one. Just the music and just good. It always makes me laugh.
I appreciate the support. Thank you for watching.
Thank you,
No
thank you,
problem.
sir.
You two continue doing what you guys laugh. You guys bring lots of entertainment and joy to lots of people who watch them.
Thanks.
I love you, Sammy.
That was really kind.
That's very kind of you.
Blah, blah.
Okay, so my story is not even that funny. So it has like a big lead up now. Anyway, I was in the Gurge, and I was recording, and I was in between takes. And the hard thing for that video is at the end I kind of fall off the ripstick, right? That's like the big lead up to like the short punchline, and it is so hard to fall off a ripstick
Yeah.
and have it look funny. So I did this video like 10 times. And that's not even that many takes, but it's my longest video, almost.
Wait, is this the
So
one you fall
it got-
into the garage door? Aiden?
What? You cut out really bad.
Oh, I did. Is this the video where you fall into the garage door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, my mom, I did not know it was my mom, but someone was walking, and I heard footsteps in between takes, and I was like, what? And the garage door started to open, and I had no idea what to do. So instead of just going back inside to the other door in the garage, or getting my ripstick and hiding somewhere, I stiffened up my entire body, and just screamed as loud as I could. So I faced the garage door, and we just went, ah! And my freaking mom was like, "Excuse me," because like she was going in the garage to get something, and she knew I was recording, and she started laughing so hard. And I freaking love that story, because like as you know, the midnight snack video,
Oh yeah.
I had to get
Peanut
someone to
butter,
record it,
right?
so my mom recorded it. And that's the only reason why she recorded it was because she owed me one for sharing me so bad. Dude, I freaking almost had like an aneurysm. That was awful.
Wait, do you have this recorded?
I really wish it was during a take. I was so upset because like, that was like the funniest thing I've ever recorded. But it wasn't even on camera. It sucked.
Shameful.
But yeah. You have any stories like that with your videos, Kieran?
Not well, cause I don't really like film stuff. It's more editing. No, cause anytime I do film something where it's just me, it's usually late at night.
Yeah.
But I have had, I have had cause my parents don't watch my YouTube channel. But
Yes.
in the first episode of the podcast, where I called my sister, a bitch. My dad, she told my dad, and my dad yelled at me about it.
I didn't know your dad yelled at you about it. That's wild.
Because my mom didn't care because she knew I was joking, but my
Yeah.
dad thought I was being serious, and he was like, "You should be nicer to your sister." And I was like, "Bro, it's a meme, bro.
It's a funny haha, I promise.
Funny, haha." Now, I would like to say something.
Whoa.
Sammy's an incredible storyteller. He has some
He
great
truly is.
stories. And that's why I really
No.
wanted him on the podcast. So, Sammy,
Yes.
this is an invitation. If you have any stories that you want to tell, go right ahead.
Go for it, dude.
Let me think. Because
Alright.
I know I got some good stories, but I'm not sure what type of stories we're looking here. Like the genre.
Anything
Literally anything.
anything you're comfortable sharing with my 78 subscribers.
Oh, baby, we're close to the 80, bro.
Dude, 78 is like a million subscribers.
I know,
Too
dude.
much.
Just wait till we get 100.
That'll be the day.
Also, while Sammy is thinking of a story, I think we should announce that friends of the show, Moyu and Haley, have created an official Instagram for the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
I will leave a link somewhere. Don't know where.
Somewhere.
But there will be a link.
That's
So,
very hype, yeah.
Yeah. They're doing a good job so far.
Heck yeah, bro.
It's only been a few days, though. Who knows?
Imagine they just turn it into like an anarchist political account.
That'd be epic.
No,
No, but
so hype.
I'm really pleased with this so far because they're very much sticking to the theme. Like on the
Yeah.
story they posted, they used like an Oasis song, and I was like, that's very on brand.
Yeah.
They're doing good work there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I mean, they respect your channel.
yeah.
Or like, #1 fan.
Well,
Good friends of the show.
Timothy's probably the #1 fan.
MFD's probably up there, but you know, they're pretty close up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
So, Samuel, is it story time, sir?
I'm thinking about, because I got some good ones that are related to me, but then I got some bad ones. You know?
yeah.
Hey, man, whatever goes,
Whatever
my man.
floats your boat.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
I already broke my viola the other day, which sucked.
What? You broke your viola?
I nearly broke it. I'm so
Oh, okay. I
glad.
thought you said I think you said I broke my viola.
Dude, if I would have broken my viola, I have a viola in the shop right now, waiting for a pickup, but I can't get it yet because we have a stupid audition this week.
Yeah.
It's kind of risky. But I nearly broke it, and my life nearly ended right there in the panic.
Can we hear the story of how you almost broke it?
Yeah, I was in my room, and for some reason my sibling decided to come in here and just lay down on the floor. He didn't even talk. He just laid down on the floor, and I was practicing to the audition. But after a while practicing the same spot over and over again, you get kind of dull. You get bored. So I put
Yeah.
down my viola on the bed. But the way I placed it down was that um, the main part of it was facing the wall, where the other part was like over the bed. Because I figured I'll just grab it like a lightsaber and then continue playing when I come back. So I went to go make it rain, if you know what I mean. Just had to let it out. I just had to let it out because it was like an hour practicing and I was drinking a lot of water at the time.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I try. I forgot about my viola because I didn't see it right next to my case, and I was trying to sit on my bed. So when I started sitting, I hit the part that was leaning over the bed, and my viola went flying straight up.
Oh,
It
Jesus.
hit my back. It hit my center back like bam, and I
Oh,
freaked me
Jesus.
out so much because I didn't know what hit me. And when I looked back, I just see my viola about to fall down from my bed. Because when it hit me, it got into a new position that started leaning towards the floor. So I caught it, and then immediately I put my tuner back on, and I just started going through the tunes, checking if the bridge was okay, checking if I cracked. My sibling was just there laughing at me because, in his words, I have more experience than him in orchestra, and I should know about these. But it was just an accident.
Wow.
That's freaking
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
I have a similar story. I was at the Zone concert, 6th grade year. It was JoJo, me, and David all sitting in a line, and I had my bass, and it was super cramped in the bass section. It was like we could barely walk around,
Dude,
and
the song
I just straight up
concert
dropped
set
it.
up for the sorry, the song concert setup for the bass section is just so messed up.
It
Everything's
was
super
awful.
close and it's hard to move around. Or the chair's
Yeah.
super close. It's just messed up.
So
Continue.
like, I had my bass, and I was working on like arranging my music, and it just slipped, and it was just falling, and my freaking brain went into like slow motion as I went to like get ready to like not be able to go to college because basses cost more than cars. So like,
bro.
and then David caught it by the neck,
We're
and
amazing.
I'm still in debt to him, bro. I'm still very much in debt to him.
I kind of have a story like that, but it's not at that scale.
Mm-hmm.
So, I play guitar, and I'm recording an album right now, my second one, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
I was recording feedback, cause it was gonna like be cool or something, and I set up my guitar on my stand, and I start messing around with like the pedals and stuff to get feedback, but then like I sit on the guitar, and it fell backwards. And then, not only did my guitar almost break, it fell onto my snare drum, and it almost broke my
Oh.
snare drum.
Jesus Christ.
And then I ran into the wall out of shock, and I almost broke the wall.
I love that I know the layout of your room, and I know how freaking insane that is.
Yeah. It was just
That's
a big
great.
coincidence. I don't know.
Yeah, that's like the perfect line.
I don't know why I have everything so close together.
Oh yeah, I saw another bassist almost freaking destroy his bass. So at the orchestra camp that I did 6th and 7th grade summers, is the bassists usually get to use the elevator. But in my 6th grade year, there's a special needs kid, and the bassist still could use the elevator, but we did have to wait, which is fine, and he needed to use the elevator, and that was completely fine. But they were pretty strict about getting to rehearsal on time, so most of the time we would use the stairs. And even then, first year they didn't really like the bassists using the elevator, so we would always use the stairs. And it was literally a spiral staircase. And carrying a bass up a spiral staircase because you have to take it up backwards.
Oh.
You have to walk backwards up the stairs with the base, and it sucks. And me, David, and JoJo never dropped our base on the stairs. I did see a kid have his fall down 3 stairs.
Jesus Christ.
It slipped out of his hand and it went doom doom doom, and I saw like the look of pure terror in his face, and I have no idea if it broke or not. I assume it didn't because I saw him playing in the concert. He was one of the older kids, but he was just terrified, and it's scary, man. Bases are really expensive.
Yeah.
I
Jesus.
mean, that's just scary about breaking an instrument. After so much years, you get so used to it. You don't have accidents like that. But when the time comes and you nearly break your instrument, it's just panic. Especially when you're a starter, the conductors are still getting to know you. You know how bad it looks if you break an instrument? It just doesn't reflect good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
man,
just
it's a bad
so
luck.
scary breaking an instrument.
I have a question about orchestra camp, because both of you are in orchestra.
Yeah.
Majority of my friends are in orchestra. Probably everyone besides Alex and Casey. And,
Don't forget Timothy.
oh yeah, Timothy too. And, so like, where is it and how long do you go for? Because I know it's like a sleepaway thing.
Camp?
Yeah.
There are plenty of camps. The camp that the boys have went to for the last couple of years is it's a camp at Stephen F. Austin. No, Sam Houston. Sam Houston.
Sam
And-
Houston.
It was a week, right?
It's a week long. Okay, Jesus.
Yeah, it's
And
a week.
and we sleep in the dorms.
Hmm.
And
That's
I
where
have
the
a funny
crisis
story
is.
actually.
Wait, so there's multiple
So-
camps.
Yes, there are multiple camps. So that is the one that we usually
on
stay at.
estimate, how many are there?
Oh, I actually don't know.
They
What
have
would you say, Sammy?
professional camps. They have
Are they
normal
required?
camps. They have private.
No,
They're not
Oh.
required, but they're like really fun to go to. It's like
they're
practice
fun and they're a
runs
great
or something.
experience.
Bro, dare me to go?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, guys.
Yeah. No, Karen, what we can do is that we'll teach you how to play a certain instrument for, the basic, the notes, the
Oh,
vocals, and
that
then we'll
makes sense.
take you to the camp. Because I don't think they can reject
Well, I
students.
play many instruments. I just
Yeah.
need to
You
know how
play
to
many
learn the bow
orchestras.
stuff.
If we teach you the bow, technically you
I
learn how
should
to
be
play
good.
the instrument.
Oh wait,
you
he
should
could
be
do
good.
piano.
Oh, I
Ooh,
could do
yeah, those are
piano.
good.
Yeah, that's hype.
Poggies.
Dude,
First year, me and JoJo shared a room
Oh,
I tried
I've
to get
heard
to
this
bed.
story, yeah.
every night, and JoJo would play The Simpsons full blast, and it was awful. And then next door, because we share a room with 2 other kids, and it was Braden Montgomery and
Oh.
David Molina.
Oh,
Oh,
And
man.
this was second year this happened. This happened to me. My balls itch. And
Aiden
not
had
even a joke.
crabs.
I did not have crabs. I just had ill-fitting pants that day because I didn't used to have any pants that fit right. Because I didn't realize that I have to actually like really look for pants that fit me right because I have a weird body structure for my legs. And I wasn't feeling too well, so I went to go change into shorts in the bathroom to go to bed in. And I forgot about the other door, so I closed our door, forgot to close the other one, and that's the story of how David Molina and Braden Montgomery saw my PP.
Oh, dang.
It was like for a second, but it was for a second, and they were like, Jesus Christ!
How did you just not
But-
see an open door?
Because it was dark, it was night.
Oh. You didn't even turn
They
on
were
I
still
have-
up though. They were still up. I turned on the light, but I just wasn't thinking about it. I was like, it was like 2 a.m. I think. Like it was like 1 or 2.
Karen, you gotta understand that these orchestra camps, when people go, they don't go to sleep early. They stay up till like 4 a.m.
Well, I
always
can
partying
assume that,
and stuff.
Sammy.
Dude, last year, there's the last year I went because I wasn't there last year. Last year I went. We made friends with one of the counselors, and we were just chilling outside of we just chilled outside our dorm with him until like really late at night because he was chilling, and because they had to stay outside like all night outside the dorms to make sure that none of the boys sneak over. You know what I'm saying? Because they're boys and girls both go to the same camp, but they have different dorms. So yeah, and
Aiden.
I was like, God, please.
Aiden, you're cutting out.
I'm sorry, man.
Can you restate everything you just said?
All right. Last year I went. I did not go last year, but the last year I went, we made friends with one of the
We heard
counselors.
about the counselor. You
And
becoming friends with the counselor, but then everything
yeah, so
after that.
we were up with that dude until like 1 or 2, just chilling out in the hallway. Um, and about please, that was like the one night where we didn't go to bed at like 4 a.m. because he asked us to. Anyway, I feel like I'm probably still cutting out some, and I'm terrified of telling a long story. So someone else, please talk.
You know, Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an orchestra kid, but I'm like ashamed to say I never went to an orchestra camp.
Oh. Really?
I'm usually traveling when the camps happen. And it just doesn't, because I want to go places. I want to travel, but I also want to go to the camp. And I can't tell my family no, because then they won't be able to travel because they'll have to go to camp.
I mean, if it's a week-long camp, they should be able to.
The last time I let them go somewhere without me, they went to Japan without me.
Oh.
And it happened this year, actually.
Bro!
That's kind of cool. That's really upsetting.
My dad and my sibling went, and it was just every single day, waking up at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning to them bragging with photos and stuff. And it was just horrible. It was just horrible.
I'm really sorry, dude.
That really sucks, bro. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Suck. I mean,
and Aiden, your whole story about always forgetting to lock the other door and people saying you're Kachu. I have plenty of stories like that, but with strangers. And it was fun.
Excuse me? One moment, please. What did you just say?
I have lots of stories like that, but with strangers. I forget to close the other door, and they see me, and then it just becomes a game. Trying not to see them again at the hotel, just trying to avoid contact. If they're walking by the pool, go underwater for as long as you can. Just don't breathe under,
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Are you talking about like a pool locker room or?
Well, one was a pool locker room. The other one was a hotel room.
There was someone else in the hotel room?
This is where I want to go with my story. I had 2 stories.
Alright.
So, you want to hear
yeah.
where they saw my Pikachu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do want to know.
It was a family trip in Mexico. In total, there were like 10 to 15 grown-ups and like 20 kids. It was a family trip that we always do every year. And we went to this place called Ixtapa, Mexico. I actually went there again over spring break, I think. And, well, we had some of the grown-ups were friends of my uncles. I didn't know them and they were strangers to me. I didn't really talk to them. I always kept my distance because they were a bit whack. You see, they were.
Yeah.
It was just,
Yeah.
They were here and I'm fine. Just wanted to be with my cousin.
Uh-oh.
When we were in like a couple of days there, resting from our flight and like, revisiting. My dad used to live in that part. So I got sick and I had to I got sick with the flu and it was just miserable. And well, the trip was coming up and the best option in Mexico was to get a shot. Because not like in America. Here in America, they give you your $60 pills, $25 pills, and you'll be fine in a couple weeks. In Mexico, they're hardcore. They get a shot and they put it up your butt. And it was just like,
Jesus.
I
Freaking
didn't
sick,
want
dude.
that. Okay.
Okay,
So they
wait, no,
take me to
Sammy,
the
Sammy,
doctor.
Sammy, can you
And the guy
specify,
goes,
Sammy,
yup, he has a
Sammy,
flu. How come you
Sammy,
didn't bring
Sammy,
him sooner?
Sammy,
Because, we're used to America.
Sammy.
Like,
Okay.
if you think you're sick, you might not go right away. You want to make sure you're not sick. Maybe it might be like a small migraine.
Oh, Sharon just called me.
Aiden, I can't hear you guys at all.
At all.
Oh, now I
Well-
can.
Now,
Hey, Sammy,
Okay.
can you restart the story real quick?
The whole story or what part?
Yeah,
you
I
see?
Just give him a
missed,
quick recap.
I missed
Just
all
give him
of
a
it.
quick recap.
Alright, so basically, Kieran, I arrived to Mexico, Mexican family trip, lots of kids, lots of grown-ups. I got the flu,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to put a shot on my
I had to
butt,
ask you a
which I didn't
question.
like.
Because I got the part where you said shot up the butt. So is it actually up the butt or is it in the butt?
So, it was two. One was like on your butt, but then the other one had to go in a bit, and it
Oh,
just hurt so much.
I'm sorry to hear that.
My poor boy.
So, I decided to sit on the back because, the back is for all the cool kids. It's the bumpy part, but it wasn't the smartest part. Each time we had a bump, my poor butt suffers so much. So, sooner or later, we arrived to the place, Ixtapa. And that's when I finally noticed that we had some strangers on this trip. Husband and wife, one of my uncle's friends. Good family friends, apparently. That's what they told me. And, yeah. So, we are in Ixtapa. It's a lot of fun. The waves are enormous. I decided to get one of those tubes, the big round tubes, and I decided to go on the waves with that. That didn't go so well. A huge wave came, and when it came, it got me up and it threw me, and I landed backwards with the tube still. I was right next to the shore. I was able to escape. The tube I lost though. I never saw that tube again.
Oh, man.
So, after a while, I had to go make it rain again. Pikachu was gonna be let out to, do his business.
Yeah.
So I went back to the hotel room, but I forgot the hotel key of my room. So I started panicking. So I started knocking on my relative's room, and luckily, my tia was in that room. So she came back, but she had to use the restroom as well. And she was about to exit her room. And when I came, she goes, "Oh, Samuel, what are you doing here?" I told her I had to use the restroom, and then she told, "Don't you have your key?" I told her, "No, I can't find my parents anymore. I forgot." So she let me use the bathroom. The only thing, though, was that her room was connected to where the strangers were staying. Because it was something that, like, these rooms were, like, cheaper than normal rooms. So that's why they got them. But I didn't know that. I thought it was a normal hotel room. So I go in and I lock the door, right? And I'm just like there, getting ready. But I didn't see the other door. I didn't see the guy in the shower, basically. The other door was open. I don't know what this guy was doing. He had, like, he was showering, but he didn't even turn on the water. He just stood there. And when I started peeing, that's when I noticed there was a guy in the shower as well. And
Jesus Christ, Sammy.
it was the most awkward thing in my life. I look over and I see that guy so confused. I think he was about to shower, but oh man.
What did you say?
I didn't see it. I didn't know what to say. The guy was just looking at me. So I finished my business back, put Pikachu back, and I washed my hands and I just left.
That's
The
so
worst-
hype.
Yeah. The other thing is that I didn't not only did the shower guy see me, his wife saw me as well.
Wait,
So
so his wife was in there too?
the wife wasn't in. They had their bathroom door open, which I didn't see.
Oh.
The the bathroom design was really weird, like extremely weird. I'm not even sure how to describe it, but it had two doors on opposite ends, and the
Oh.
shower was like in the middle with a small little passage. And I
Oh.
saw the shower, not the other door, because it was a half semicircle shower, which made it kind of cool, but not convenient when you want to see if the other door is not. The other wife heard me come in apparently, and she came to go check what was the noise. So I saw both of them there, and it was
Okay,
scary,
Sammy,
dude.
I think this is an imperative thing to ask. Did you sit down or stand up?
I stand up,
Okay.
stand up.
God dang. I think it was so much funnier if you sat down and had to make eye contact.
Dude, I just, oh man,
Okay, how old were you, by the way, at this time? At this point?
I was like 10. And
That's so
Wait, have
high.
you seen those people ever again?
no, I never saw them ever again.
Awesome
was
family
actually-
friends.
Last year was a chance to see them again, because I think it was New Year's, I think, and they were gonna invite them, but they couldn't go. And it was just, I just didn't want to see them again. It was awkward and
You never want to
We
see
can't go ever again. The pee pee poo poo kid's gonna be there.
yeah, basically.
Dude,
for
my
the rest
freaking
of the-
first real vivid memory is of me pee pee poo pooing my pants.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It was nap time at like my sitter's house because my parents, before I was old enough to go to daycare, they still had to take care of me, right? So they gave me this lady. They take care of me every day. Yeah, it's like take him, please. And she had a couple other kids, and during nap time we weren't allowed to get up and piss. So I was sitting there with my little baby brain, and I was like, what am I gonna do? I gotta
Aw, damn
pick
it.
up like a stealth operation and just started going. Yeah, I was moving. Like I was moving through the house. I was trying to find the bathroom. I found the bathroom, and it's still imprinted in my brain perfectly. It was a dark wood flooring. It was kind of later in the day. It was close when my parents were gonna pick me up. There was a little bit of sunlight coming in through the window. The bathroom was on the left side of the hall. There was a little decorative tiki head. There was a plant a little bit down the hall. I freaking wet myself right in front of the bathroom, bro.
Holy
Bruh.
shit.
Oh, gee.
That's my first
Wait,
memory.
I have kind of a similar one, but it's different. Okay, because me and Aiden, our parents are, well, my dad isn't a teacher, but my mom is, so we kind of have the same thing where I went to a lady,
Yeah.
and I remember this because I guess it was nap time, and I pooped my pants in the middle of nap time, so instead of telling the lady, I was like, I'm just gonna go to the restroom and sort it out. So I remember walking, because to get to the bathroom, it's like this huge open kitchen, and and through the kitchen there's a cutout in the wall to see like the living room, and I guess it was like a large one, because she could like see it in my pants, the poop, and she was like, "What?" She was like, "What did you do?" And I was like, "Bro, I don't know."
Well, I don't know.
And she gave me new pants or something. I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like
That's awesome.
4.
Yeah, same,
No,
dude.
no, it was not 4. I was like
Yeah,
2. I was like 2.
Yeah, same. I guess I was
Jesus.
2 or 3.
That's insane.
That is insane.
Sammy, do
That
you have
and
any-
also eating circus animals, waiting for my parents to show up.
I
My
thought
my
about
first 2
more
first
stories.
memories.
I remember running into a wall.
No.
Sammy, do you have any similar poo-poo pee-pee pants stories?
I thought about 2 other stories when you guys were saying that.
Hype.
The first one was when I was 5 years old, and we were I was pretty young. I was a little small, tan Mexican boy having fun, And we
Yeah.
went to a beach. We were visiting San Diego, and we went to a beach, and, well, I needed to go pee. So I told my mom I need to go pee. But the thing is that I went to the bathroom earlier on the beach that day, to like the actual bathroom. So my mom figured I knew where they were, because they were like right behind us. Just walk a little and boom, you'll see them. Well, she goes, okay, go pee. But so, and then I look at the water, and then it hit me. People pee in the ocean all the time. It shouldn't be bad thing, right? This is the twist of part. Because when you think about that, people are in the water, they're peeing in the water. I didn't think that. So I go up right next to the water where the water's hitting my feet, put down my pants, and I just start peeing
Oh
right
my god!
I didn't think. And the only reason I remember this is that I see the people's faces looking at me, and I still do when I'm sleeping. Every now and then, I get a nightmare of just those people's faces looking at me. And it
That's
was
so
just,
hype. Oh my
That's
god.
really good. Oh my
That's really
god.
funny.
I didn't even realize what I did till I was like 8 years old. When I thought about it again and realized what I did. That I showed a bunch of strangers Sammy's little Pikachu at the time. It was just, oh man.
I I can't.
That's
even.
so good.
That's really
The
good.
worst part is that my mom took a picture of it. So help
Excuse me.
She took a picture of my backside. And you
That's
can see
freaking
the
hype.
little string between my legs.
She still have it, bro.
Yeah, she still
Can we
has
have it?
I mean, it depends. How much money do you want to spend?
Well, cause I kind of want to edit it in at this moment.
I want to see it in the podcast, dude.
Well, I mean, money first.
Sammy,
I-
$5 from me.
This is black market
I'll
style.
pitch in
This is
$5
really good
too.
stuff.
Yeah, $10. How's $10?
I'll think about it. 10
Okay.
bucks is a lot. To buy
So
it.
it's going up right here
Thinking
if you
about
gave it
it.
to us.
Yeah, right here. Look at that. Look at that backside. That's.
Oh,
And if you didn't give it to
about
us, look at that! Look at that art I did earlier.
I'll create a recreation of it.
Oh yeah!
But that's the first story.
Oh hype!
That's really
The
good.
second story about peeing and pop. You guys were talking about peeing yourselves during the day, but I got a question.
Yeah.
Were any of you guys bedwetters when you were young?
I was not.
You were not.
Well, you want to know my thing is, I used to have like nightmares, but these weren't like nightmares of like monsters. This was like nightmares of like dudes coming into my house and kidnapping me.
Bruh.
And I was like, this is like ages 4 to 6.
Dang,
And sometimes,
Sure.
and I would always drink like cups of water before bed because that's when I was the most dehydrated. And then I would have nightmares, and like right when the dude like kidnaps me, I just released the dam, and I was like, oh shit.
He made it rain against
Yeah,
the
I made it
nightmare.
rain. And then I would be like,
I never
"Mom?"
wet the bed, but I would get nosebleeds in the night and wake up and there was blood all over my bed.
I haven't.
And
I
that
don't
would
know.
Suck.
I have a nosebleed story about Aiden, but I don't know if he remembers it.
All right, give her here.
All right. So this might have been 2nd grade,
Okay.
and we used to hang out with a kid named Thomas, who lived next to me. He was my neighbor. He was a cool dude. He was like, I think, 2 years older than us. And
Yeah, I'd say.
he invited us to his birthday sleep. Well, we went to go see X-Men, and then we went to his house for a sleepover. And I remember, because me and Aiden had a swim meet the next morning, so we left early, at like 5 in the morning, to go to that.
Yeah.
But me and Aiden were goofing around, because we were all a little bit more immature than them, but they didn't mind. And me and Aiden were goofing off with each other, and I pushed him off the couch. But he but he didn't land on his nose. He landed on his back. But then he had one of those random nosebleeds because he would have them a lot. And I remember
Yeah.
I was traumatized because I thought I gave him a nosebleed. And he kept on
Yeah.
explaining to me, going like, "Kieran, dude, it's just like you didn't do this." It's one of the weird ones I get. And I was like, bro, I made your nose bleed, bro.
Okay, here's the thing. Like this time period in specific, I get really, really, really vague memories. So I do remember going to see X-Men, but I don't remember this.
You don't?
I do remember the feeling of you freaking out over giving me a nosebleed.
It was insane. I was so traumatized. And then Thomas's mom was all like, Kieran, you didn't do anything. I was like, bro, his nose, dude.
Because, like, whenever I was younger, they'd be really bad, too.
No, like, this was insane. Like, it was, like, gushing.
Yeah. It just happened. And it probably wasn't even the trauma of, like, just my body hitting the ground. It literally probably was just my nose got kind of dried out, and it was like, well, time to gush.
Because I remember it would happen to him in class, and you would see him, like, stand up and raise his hand with, like, blood all over him, and he's like, Teacher, can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah, because I didn't just get up. The nurse knew my name.
The nurse knew my name, too. I was always
Back in the
getting
day, we had to
hers.
go to the nurse, yeah.
In third grade, the nurse is like my friend.
She was a cool
my
nurse.
name.
She was nice.
She was a chill lady.
You know, the only reason I asked about the bedwetting, I was kind of a bedwetter. I don't know what happened, but for some reason I used to love the water when I was younger, like going to the beaches, pool, and I had dreams of like going to the beach and pool. But then I started feeling something warm, so in my dreams I'm like, oh, yeah, the warm water feels good. But then I wake up and I'm like, yeah, realizing I peed myself.
That's freaking phenomenal.
One
So-
of these stories.
So, Sammy, you
happened.
were a bedwetter where you had dreams of swimming and stuff.
I was in kindergarten, I believe.
I was a bedwetter out of fear. And, Aiden, you never wet the bed?
No.
Are you
They
sure?
didn't wet the bed with his blood. That's
I'm
all
pretty
he
sure.
did.
I feel like everyone.
I can go ask my mom if you want.
Dude, I
Like,
remember.
and I need to get my charger anyway. I'll be right back. I need to ask my mom if
Alright.
I ever wet the bed.
I have another story about wetting the bed, Sammy.
I did too. And it's like a
But this
It's
one's.
like-
Do you want me to go
Sorry.
first, or do you want to go first?
I want to go first.
Then you can go
Just wanna
first.
get this. It was a bad memory. Should we wait for Aiden or should I just go right now?
Should we wait for Aiden?
I don't think.
Yeah.
But I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
That's the question. Have you ever wetted your bed but also had a nosebleed?
At the
But
same
you only
time.
recognize one. Yeah, but you only recognize one of them instead of the other.
Actually,
Has
yes,
that
I
ever
have.
happened to you?
I have.
Dude,
I didn't recognize the blood, cause it was
same.
like 3 a.m. and I wet the bed and I was like, shit, I can't sleep in bed wet in sheets. I'm gonna get a rash. So I went downstairs to my mom. I was like, hey, I peed in the bed, and she was like, Kieran, what's with your nose? I was like, what do you mean, what's with my nose? She's like, you're bleeding. I was like, what?
I just came back to you. You're bleeding.
I was telling the story as Sammy this story.
You're
Yeah.
talking about if you ever had a nosebleed, but you also wetted the bed at it. And if you notice one over the other.
I asked my mom, and she was like, "No, you never wet the bed as a kid."
Really?
But she did bring up that one time, like my whole face was just covered in blood when I woke up. Cause I roll when I sleep, so I probably just rolled all up in blood, baby.
Yeah, but no, I don't think it's as bad for you now, but it was weirdly
No.
insane.
I've gotten a lot better about it. There were times at like my daycare when my nose would just bleed so bad, I just literally had to stand over the sink.
Like, I don't understand what was wrong with you.
I'm pretty sure my mom had the same thing, and part of it is that the blood vessels are too close to the top of my skin. But then sometimes they just kind of burst. And then there's also a thing near the back that you can get like cauterized with like a hot thing. And apparently it doesn't even like hurt, but like it's kind of weird. And my mom said, I think my mom had it happen because she had it even worse than me as a kid.
Gee.
And that's wild because it was really, really, really bad for me as a kid. And it was less the frequency because I would get them very often, right? But it wasn't like so often that like it happened every day. Um, but they would just keep going forever. And it really did suck. In the office, though, everyone was really nice to me. In elementary school, they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, kiddo." I'm
I
like,
also
"All
remember
right."
you throwing up a lot.
Oh yeah,
Like you would
dude,
throw up a lot, but like a lot of throw up too.
Dude,
yes.
that was my childhood. I always appreciate that.
Pure nostalgia fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that one time whenever I had like heat stroke or whatever, and I just threw up red in the bathroom?
Dude, I swear to God. And I remember I asked the teacher, I was like, "Yo, is Aiden okay, dude?" And she was like, "He'll be fine." I'm like, "Dude, did you see the blood? It's like it's not. It doesn't look like throw up, dude. It looks like pasta sauce."
It sucked. Dude, I was in the nurse's office during elementary school so many times. I've only ever been in the nurse's office for high school once. I got lucky. I've been lucky this year.
Yeah, it was with that foot thing, and me and JoJo
Yeah.
and Callie visited you.
My foot, I got a bug bite on my foot,
Yeah.
and it swelled up a little bit. And at school, I was in bio. I don't think I've ever told this on the podcast before. I was in bio, and my foot started to really hurt, and I was like, "What the crap is wrong?" And I asked Mr. Cordo, "Hey, can I use the bathroom?" He's like, "Sure. We need to get through something first." And then we started getting through it, and then I went to the bathroom whenever we started doing partner work, and Kieran's like, "All right, well, hurry up." I was like, "All right." And then I hurried up. I went to the bathroom. It's like really far away from the bio lab, and I took off my sock and my shoe, and it was just freaking huge. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So it helped when I had the sock off, so I just stuck my sock in my back pocket and walked right back to class. And Kieran was like, "What freaking what's up, man?" And I was like, because I looked kind of shook up, I think. And he was like, "What's up?" And I just kind of took off my shoe.
Yeah.
And you were like, "Jesus Christ, go to the nurse." I was like, "All right." And then yeah, it sucked. I got through the rest of the day because we only have 2 periods at lunch. So
Didn't you like
I got
skip
through it.
swim though? Or did you not actually end
yeah.
up doing? I remember.
I could not do swim.
That was insane.
I did swim whenever it was not fully fixed yet, and it really hurt my foot to push off walls and stuff. So I had to only use one leg for that. And I actually might have done swim that day. I don't remember. Anyway, there was a point where I had to go to the trainer. Like my coach was like, "Go to the trainer," and I was like, "All right." And then I didn't know how to get to the trainer at the time, so instead of using the hallway, I just went outside and knocked on the door, and they let me in. And he just taped up my foot super like hard, so like it wouldn't hurt anymore, and it didn't, but it really sucked.
I remember it was like for people like I don't think people really understand how swollen up it was. Like it was insanely swollen.
It was actually like grotesque. So to any of our imaginative viewers at home, I'm really sorry.
Yeah, it was.
This is Kieran. We're gonna call this podcast. You can call it like Sammy goes to the beach or like Pee Pee Poo Poo Boys.
I'm gonna call it Sammy goes to the beach.
Pikachu talk. Pikachu
That's a
story.
pretty good idea.
Okay, Sammy has a pee story that he wants to tell.
Oh, please do tell.
Well, I was really, whenever I wet up my bed or had like bloody noses, I was really scared to tell my mom, because I have to wake her up at like 2 a.m. and she had like a night shift job and she just wanted to sleep. And sometimes she got mad or yelled, and I got afraid of. This was baby Sam. I just barely started kindergarten, and one day I decided. Well, I wet in my bed, and I had to wake up my mom, but she kind of yelled at me. But that got me really sad. But then she told me to go clean myself, go wash my clothes. She told me to go clean myself, wash myself, clean my clothes, right? But I was already sad, and I didn't understand what she meant by washing her clothes. And apparently, what she meant was like cutting it ready for the laundry. This is like 8 a.m. in the morning. I didn't know what she meant. I was tired and scared. So decided to take a shower. So I
That's
just
freaking
remember-
amazing.
the only thing I remember is like I'm nearly crying and I'm like there getting the shampoo part and I'm like scrubbing over my clothes really slowly, washing over. And
That's
then my mom
freaking
comes
hilarious.
in. She sees me doing that. She just went on in Spanish. She goes, "Este niño, ¿qué estás haciendo? No, 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 Samuel." She just went on, and I just didn't know what to do anymore. And
Yeah, man, it's the
It was-
boy.
I
just a little
remember.
fool.
When I wet myself when I was like 8 or 9. And this is like, so like for context, like it had been like 4 years since the last time I like wet the bed. But I was really sick. And
Mhm.
so I wet the bed and I think I woke up for like a few minutes and was like, "What?" and then went back to bed. And then like slept for another 6 hours.
Mhm.
So
Ooh, pee
so
smell.
yeah, so I woke up and like it kind of like I mean my pants were still wet. I was like, "Oh man, I wet the bed." But nothing else was. So I was like, "Oh, I guess I was lucky." And so I'm like I'll go put my clothes in the washing machine and start the thing and like change and take a shower and stuff. And then like it just reeks in my room for like the next 2 days. I'm like, "What's the deal?" And then I realized, oh man, the pee dried.
Oh,
It was
Kieran.
awful. I was like, shit. Damn it. So I cleaned everything made of fabric in my room. Cause it like
That's wild.
it reeked to the point where like yeah, it was only my sheets and like one of my blankets. But it was to the point where I thought it was just like the whole room.
Yeah.
It was insane. It was awful.
I have a sick story. So, Sammy, I don't know if you saw this, but it was at an orchestra thing in middle school. And, I was super sick one day. I got really sick while we were at orchestra. It was one of our orchestra, like, region things, like getting ready for region. You know, one of those ones where we had games and eat pizza. I was shaking really bad. Like, really, really, really bad. I could not stop shaking. And it got to the point where JoJo, during one of our breaks, was like, just took me down to the theater room, and we got into the costumes, and he just broke me out his jacket that he uses for the play,
Jeez.
so I could have a jacket because I was shaking so bad. And it was in like an all day thing almost, and during lunch, like people saw me freaking shaking because I still needed to eat, but I didn't do any like the game stuff because I just kind of like
I
laid
do
down in the ensemble
remember.
room.
I do remember this, seeing you
Yes,
shake.
this is probably the part you
and-
remember.
Yeah.
I was, we were all eating pizza, and I was curled up on the ground, because I was totally out of it. I did not think that was out of the usual at all. Because I was just like in fight or flight mode. So I was on the ground, all curled up, like covered in like 40 jackets that people were giving me, and you could like, JoJo told me one time, yeah, man, I could see the pile of jackets shaking. Like, it wasn't just like, my hand was shaking. Like, my entire body was, like, vibrating.
Jeez. Were you like
Dude,
cold
I
or did you
remember
just feel so nauseous?
It was both.
Because
And
I
I
get
still
like
don't
that
know what...
sometimes.
I still don't know what I had. But at the end, like, whenever we were leaving, my spine hurt really bad from shaking so hard.
Jesus Christ.
It was, like, the worst day ever. That's, like, the most sick I've ever been.
That's
And, yeah, because, like, we were, like, almost halfway through whenever I started to really, really, really feel sick. And it's like, I don't know, I'm sure you don't know this, Kieran, but Sammy, you remember this. If we didn't do an orchestra thing, we had a makeup assignment.
Oh, the makeup assignments were like long and boring.
And they sucked. And I was...
Yeah.
My sick brain did not... it didn't understand that I was genuinely, like my body was, like, shutting down. So I was like, I'm not going to do the makeup assignment. So I roughed it, and it was the worst. I'm glad I didn't have to do it, because I got through all that having to do a makeup assignment. But still sucked.
Dude, I remember, like, one part, I just remember seeing you wait in, and then the first thing that came in mind was, I just say they look a bit puffy because we had all those jackets. And like,
Yeah.
yeah. But then I realized it was just bad looking back and forth, seeing you all down. Like your face was complete. It was just dang.
Yeah, man. Like it was like, stereotypical sick.
Yeah.
Like the kind of stuff in cartoons.
I think
Yeah,
I
that's the
know.
most sick I've ever been.
I think I know what was wrong with you though,
What was up?
because I have experience with sickness and lack of sleep.
Dr. King and
That's well, yeah, from personal experience. It sounds like you had like a fever, and you also were very tired, like you haven't gotten a lot of sleep or whatever.
That's not unprobable. It
'Cause
was
that's
7th
Because
grade.
that's happened to me, but I stayed home. 'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would say the least sleep I ever got was 2nd semester 7th grade because
Dude. Same
it was
here.
awful.
If you say the
'Cause
Mars mission, no.
I had all of my core classes and then I took debate 2nd semester, and debate in middle school was like another core class. Like it was that much homework.
Jesus.
And I loved it, but I was up until at least 1 every night, and my 7th grade body was freaking out, but I needed to get it all done because I really cared about school at the time, and it freaking sucked. But yeah, that was the least sleep I ever got for sure.
I just didn't sleep. I didn't know how. I didn't know how to sleep yet.
I mean, that's fair.
Because that's the thing with 7th grade. Because 6th grade is kind of like you're still an elementary schooler. And you kind of just
honestly
fall
was,
asleep
yeah.
on your
7th
own.
grade.
I had to learn how to fall asleep. It sucked.
7th grade was just like more middle school one. 6th grade was
Yeah.
like a joke. 7th grade.
7th grade was the worst year of middle school for me.
Dude,
I feel like
I
that's for
hate
everyone.
7th grade.
I
hate-
enjoyed 8th
I like
grade.
7th grade, and I hate
8th grade was
I had
good,
fun
dude.
in 8th grade.
8th grade was amazing. I enjoyed it so much.
The only good part about 7th grade, other than Mars mission, was like genuinely just some of my core classes in art. That was like it. Oh yeah, also theater. But yeah.
The good part.
I
for my
met Sammy in
7th
7th grade. That
Yeah,
was,
Kieran.
Oh hell
me
yeah.
and Kieran's class and science class was just amazing.
yeah.
It was so
Poggers.
I got to learn so many new words.
Yeah,
And the teacher was like,
I taught Sammy everything he knows.
uh-huh.
I did tell you, yes, my God.
And like, Aiden, for background information, when we had that, that video in 5th grade, I wasn't there because I was renewing my passport, taking pictures for the citizenship and stuff, and all of that was downtown. So I wasn't there to learn the new word,
Yeah.
what happened. So
He
in
didn't
7th
know anything
grade,
about sex ed. And then
basically, from that video from 5th grade.
he started saying stuff that wasn't necessarily bad, but could be taken as suggestive.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
And
We basically spent the whole class teaching. The worst one of them. I don't know what I was thinking. We had like a little. What was it? Little bouncy ball or pencil that we were throwing at each other.
I think it was a bouncy ball. Or no, it was probably
Bouncy ball.
yeah, it was probably a ball.
So we were throwing it at each other, and it bounces off something else and onto my hand, and it goes to the ground, and it goes under this chair that a female was using at the time. I don't even know what came into my mind, but immediately I looked over and I told that person, "Hey, someone, can you please spread your legs open so I can grab my ball?"
Oh my god.
I didn't know what it meant at the time.
And then I had to pull him aside.
And be like, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
Buddy.
man, you can't just say that to a woman.
Super hype, but
It was insane. Cause it's like no one laughed. Cause it wasn't even just saying like penis or something. It was just something so like real. And then,
yeah.
And then everyone just kind of like stared at Sammy, and I was like, dude. And then Sammy turned red after I told him it was.
That's
I
awesome.
felt so bad, but at the same time I hated that person.
Oh,
a
look,
real
like-
thing. Okay.
If you listen to this podcast, you're certified Sammy hated. So we're
They go
both
to
parents of
K-pop,
Sammy in our
so
own
it
way.
doesn't matter.
Ah, hype.
Poggers.
We're both parents of Sammy in our own way.
Yeah, basic. Aiden's like my orchestra dad, and Kieran, like, my more support.
I'm like his cool uncle.
That's cool.
I took care of you in freaking Mars mission, bro. That sucked.
Okay, Mars mission is the reason why I hate 7th grade. It sucks so much. I hate it. Timothy got sick with the flu.
I felt
Everybody
so
started feeling
bad.
bad.
Dude,
I
was
accidentally
so
blew up
jealous.
food in the microwave. The bathroom smelled so bad.
It literally
Literally,
smelled like burnt hair. I'm not even kidding.
Dude,
It was-
I just don't. I was
I'm not
cooking
gonna
food
lie.
in the microwave. Someone called me to go do my interview, and when I came back, it was just it wasn't good.
Mars mission, for anyone who hasn't listened to that one podcast where I talked about it for a little bit. It was a bunch of boys in a box in our school, and the box was totally closed off from outside communication, except for a door that was locked, and of course a bathroom that was connected to it. And then there was a girl box right next to us. Obviously, we didn't have much communication, but like we could like pass food through the wall, kind of. It was anyway. Basically, I was the doctor. We all had little roles. I was the doctor. I had to do a little checkup on everybody every day, and
Made us do exercise.
I did make you guys do exercise, and it was freaking hilarious because I had to chill out with the exercise because I didn't realize that like they didn't care at all about it, because I didn't care either, but like I wasn't thinking right, because I was like, all right, this is gonna be sick, and then instead of like giving them normal exercises, I was like, I'm gonna freaking do weird crap. I was a weird kid. Anyway,
Dude, he made us do so much weird exercises that none of us heard about. Like it was just. Oh,
it was pretty
just
funny.
so funny.
Anyway,
Yeah.
for my interview every day, I had to be like, how are you doing mentally? And Sammy was the only one who did not just go, all right, every day.
Dude, the
Because
first time
physically,
he did
Timothy
that,
was
I was
like,
still
I ain't
in
doing
bed.
too good. You're like, I miss my home.
Yeah,
If you
Timothy
don't
told me
mind.
about all this stuff.
Yeah, man, I freaking
Dude,
love
Timothy-
Timothy. My poor
Timothy,
boy got
Timothy's
sick.
the best, honestly.
He's
Timothy
great.
that was the neutral party. There were 3 parties, and the first party was like Peyton and that other kid, Dane. All right, they had their own corner. The second party was like Connor. The third party was me.
Connor.
Connor.
Trent was like there, but all he did was watch stupid videos by himself in the corner.
And threw an egg at the wall sometimes.
And yeah, Timothy was just in the corner scared or worried. And Aiden just tried making everybody be friends. But it was just
He's like,
so
come on,
bad.
boy.
Every single night, Connor like threw a water bottle. There was always food everywhere.
Oh
crumbs in
my
the bed
god.
sheets. Everybody's feet smelled. Socks were everywhere. Peyton and Dane fought each other. Trent got mad at all of us. I just wanted good sleep and home.
I literally had to go into the bathroom and fall asleep in a chair one night because
Dude.
it was so loud.
It was the very first night. Connor's throwing water bottles. Peyton's like cursing. Trent is watching his like 18 plus videos. Timothy doesn't even know what's happening.
By the way, you can't just say that and move on. It was not.
Was it?
It was not adults. It was.
Okay.
It was like
It was-
swearing.
Yeah.
It was. Samuel, don't accuse a man of that. It was literally just like a let's player, I think, and he swore. That's all.
I
Gaming.
don't think he was one. It was those TV shows on TV. I forgot what they're called.
Was it Family Guy?
It was something like that.
Anyway.
But you gotta
Oh, Jesus
understand,
Christ,
this
you-
was 7th grade Sammy, okay? The guy,
Yeah,
the kid who was
you were a
learning the
fragile
words.
young man.
I was
Yeah.
just a skinny little tan Mexican kid. I didn't know much.
You're a fragile little boy. It's okay.
Sammy was
You're
also.
going for an hour and 6 minutes, boys.
Well, yeah, but remember, there's also a 6-minute period.
Oh
where
yeah.
No, but I'd like to say one more thing about Sammy, especially 7th grade Sammy. He was a very caring young guy. He really did care.
Even though I had like mean jokes or like to mess with at the end, I always made sure they were okay.
Yeah, he always checked up on
Yeah.
everyone. It was very kind.
Yeah, I had a soft spot.
All
for
right,
that.
well, should we start wrapping it up?
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up.
All right, well, everyone, this has been Samuel Ortega.
It sure has.
Sure has been him.
It's been a blast.
Sammy, is there anything else you would like to say?
I'm sorry if the stories weren't that good. I just,
They were good.
I enjoyed
it
that.
was just, I didn't really know what we were gonna talk about when I
Pee
got
pee
the
poo poo.
message from. Yeah, I didn't know we were gonna talk about pee-pee stories. Okay, I mean,
I didn't either.
I didn't know, and I didn't really think about stories. And when Kieran offered this opportunity, I was just trying to think of story, good story. So if like I ever get invited back in the future, I'll be sure to have a list of stories.
We will
Aye,
definitely
aye.
invite you back.
It was a very
Thank
fun
you.
podcast.
I've had fun, yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
I
Aiden,
have-
anything else you would like to say? Or
Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate it. Tune in next week. We'll have another one up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching.
yeah,
Kieran,
Kieran
all
here.
of the things.
Kieran here. Make sure you follow the Instagram Haley made. We're doing another vlog, so that should be coming out. And
Oh yeah, baby.
subscribe.
Subscribe to Kieran and Aiden's channel.
Yeah,
Just like
subscribe to
the
Aiden's channel
YouTube channel.
especially.
Thank you, sir.
Also, yeah, that's about it. Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.